Well, hello everyone, I'm Darth Browner, and welcome to the next part of my Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney playthrough. Now, in the previous video, we got introduced to Phoenix Wright, a lawyer at Maya Fey and Law Co-offices, where he managed to prove the innocence of Larry Butts, his old school friend. And today, we're into a new case. Hello? This is Maya. Oh, hey Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely. And it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favour to ask. I know, you want me to hold evidence for you. Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like the statue, the finger, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey! I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you. The clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that evidence then? Well, there's a possibility it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9 o'clock to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. I'd really go for a good burger. Okay, we'll hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis, see you soon. Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya. Now, Miss Fey, I'll take what's mine. The papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Fey, you're a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? Ho, you're not cogniferous of my background? Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. Ho. My dear Miss Fey, I'm so very sorry, but I'm afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fey. Red, white, blue. Uh-oh, I'm late. That's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. I smell blood and that can't be good. I have to check and see if Mia, the chief's okay. That smell, blood. Sis. Someone's there. Chief! damn. Who are you? That strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then all too quickly it began to fade, until finally she was cold. Shit's hit the fan, hasn't it? Chief! Some shards of glass were scattered on the floor. It seemed to be the remains of a glass light stand. Let's see what else we can have a look at. Yeah. I think that's right, old Feeney. What? Yeah, that girl. I wonder what her dealio is. That girl just now, where'd she go? I put her right there on that sofa. I hope she didn't run on me. Yipes! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay, I work here. Maya Fey. Maya Fey? Maya. So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt. I never thought there'd be use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. So that's my name! Why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would Sis write my name? Oh no, I've done it. I better hurry up and call the police. Right, I better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. Looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police! Please, come quick. What was that? She's staring right at me. She's holding the phone in her hand. Oh, the sirens are coming. Freeze, police! It's Gumshoe. Alright, I'm Detective Gumshoe. Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe one on me. We received a report from across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. Must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great, just great. Maya, wait, she wouldn't have... Nah. Whoa, excuse me? This word Maya mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer? I'm not. Case closed. You're going down to the precinct, ma'am. What? Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. Sat around waiting for visitor hours to begin at the detention centre. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She was so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Of course I will. First thing first, I better get her cheered up. Yeah, of course I will. Cheer her up. Really? Whoa, did I say the wrong thing? Shit's sudden now. What's wrong? You don't think I can do it? No, no one could. Who would believe me? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I'd done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought. It's okay, I understand. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How did that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. How so, you crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Sounds like it was fun. I know who to go to if I ever get into trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. Bants. That's what she said? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess, but at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia, I know. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes, that clock shaped like the finger. The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case? Right, she said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Pretty sure our conversation's on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah, I forgot how to delete those things. I still not been wanting to ask you. What is with that outfit? Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Acolytes, like people in religious training. What is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training. Spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. So you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone? Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remembered. That detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Oh, right. Of course. Next time I see Detective, I'm sure I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure, thanks. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. Kind of gotten used to it. Let's see. That morning I got a call from my sister. She wants me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. That's the finger clock that Larry made. practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now. So then, where did you arrive at the office? It was right around 9 o'clock. The lights were off and I could smell blood. But then I found her, my sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear from you now. So you're an acolyte, medium in training. That's right. The Fey family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second, you said the Fey family? Samir was into that stuff too? Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class too. I had no idea. Wait, what? So you're a real honest-to-goodness spirit medium with ESP and all that? Yes, in training. Can't you contact me as spirit? We could just ask who killed her. I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. I thought that would be too easy. Maya, I was wondering, can I ask you a favour? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go ask him to represent me? I'm sorry. I mean, it's the kind of thing you should really do yourself. Something wrong? Actually, asked the police to contact him and they tried calling him a few times. Nobody could get a hold of him. Couldn't find him. I have no one left to ask. Say, what about your parents? Okay, don't worry, I'll go asking for you. You will? Thank you so much. I was worried what would happen if I can't find him. They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. And will that happen? They're giving me until 4 o'clock this afternoon. And visiting hours are almost up. I better hurry. Right, I'll be back. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busy searching for clues. Hey, you there! This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry, do I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that butts guy, aren't you? No, Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry? I guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That butts guy. He was a killer, and you're a no-killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right, and you were... Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right, at your service. Hang on, I'll Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right, and don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir? Be right there. You're a lawyer, ain't you, pal? If you got business here, you better do it quick. Who do you think's I'm Maya's lawyer? About Miss Fey, did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, eh? Now, don't you look at me like that, pal. No use. She might have been your boss. That don't mean you get any special treatment. Alright. You can see the report, but that's all. I got the autopsy report. About Maya, yeah, I'm looking forward to that trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you ain't gonna win. Why did you say that? Said he's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth. I'm sure you know what that means. You've been a lawyer and all. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you? I know him. He's a fair prosecutor. Doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. Oh, don't talk about him that way. You make him sound barely human. Still, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case. So Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Of course, there are rumours of back-alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. Never imagined I'll be facing him so soon. I was wondering, did you see Maya Fey's cell phone? Oh, that? I have that. Do you think you could give it back? Sure. I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. He's on to me. If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll get it to me. Something the matter? Oh no, it's just, you know, detective. Nope, I know nothing, pal. That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like a boyfriend's. The cell phone holds all of the little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal, I already checked all the numbers in memory. Impressive, you're quite a detective. Oh, here, you can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious car records in there after all. Seems you didn't notice the recorded conversation. I've asked all the questions I need to. You done, pal? Well, yes, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on taking that to that witness. Anyway, you better not. No influence in the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal. Lawyerly ways? My God. She's... Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. The witness? Yes, Miss April May. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name, Miss May, huh? So you sent her home already then? You're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial. So she's still in a hotel across the way. I should know better than that to try to get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May.
Well, hello there, handsome.
Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth.
You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say anything, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal.
Memo to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder.
Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting I can hardly contain myself. Ooh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness.
I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look.
Hey! Hey! What are you doing? No touching! Ooh, bad boy! You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you?
Upset? I thought she was going to explode. For a second there. I wonder what could be inside that drawer. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident.
Ooh, observe! Incident! You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary.
Make of that what you will. Better not encourage her. You know that thing that happened the other day, the bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it, pretty please?
Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer.
Oh boy. Could you just who exactly are you?
Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me?
No. Hey, I'm just doing my job here.
You know you're cute when you blush.
Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right, can you just tell me what it is you do?
Well, no. You had your little hopes up, didn't you?
boy. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Someone staying here with you?
Oh, what amazing powers of observation! You must be one of those famous detectives, like on television.
Oh, no, not me. I'm, just a lawyer.
Say, Mr. Big Detective, why do you go look for clues in the garbage? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers.
Oh boy. Seems like Mr. Grossberg is at home. That wasn't the most over-the-top clearing the threat I've ever heard. Aha! So you're the one they say has been looking for me? Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined. That's a badge on your collar. So you're a lawyer, are you now? Yes, well, yes. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed. Not busy? Then how can no get in touch with you? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it. Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya Fey. Ah, yes, Maya Fey. Go on. What a strange reaction. I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow? Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion. What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? How can you just refuse like that? Please tell me why you won't take the case. Well, you see, I'm just busy, you see. But the client is Maya Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course, I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry. Goodbye. Creep. Fine, I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere. Think not. Did you say something? I think not, I said. What do you mean? I'm terribly, terribly sorry. But I'm afraid no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, boy. Why? I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave? No, I've nothing more to discuss with you. What's going on here? How did you know Maya Fey? She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see. A mission? You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one. That's quite a painting. Ha ha, you noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The colour of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it, not even to you. I wasn't interested. It's not for sale. I'm not buying. Jeez. Hiya. Oh, you're back. Did you find a lawyer? Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? Ooh. I see. I've been abandoned then. What about your family? I only have my sister. My father died when I was very young. I don't know where my mother is. Don't know. So she could still be alive? The women in my family have been mediums for generations. Say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man and he ruined our mother's life. ruined. After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she became a lawyer and she left the mountain. So you live by yourself? Yeah, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent or I would lose my powers. I feel bad for her all by herself up on that mountain. So who was this man who ruined your mother? 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it apparently. Police were running out of leads and they were getting desperate. Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try to contact the victim. Wow, so what happened? The case was solved, we thought. You thought? The man my mother helped, the police captured, was innocent. The police's consultation with a medium had all been carried out in secret, of course, but a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother, became the laughingstock of the nation. I see. White. Excuse me, White? That was his name, my sister told me. White? Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not. Why? Why? Well, you aren't the culprit. Someone else says. How do you know? I have a hunch. Given the evidence, it would be easy to assume that Maya was the killer. But there's something about this whole thing that smells fishy. That witness's strange behaviour, was that all an act? And the way that lawyer refused to help Maya. But more than all that, she has no one left to help her. Nothing is more sad or more lonely than that. I know, I've been there a long, long time ago. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. Right, thank you. Phew, she smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You're innocent, right? Yes, and I trust you. So you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So what next? Something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look into the drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are... I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment, at your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait, no, hey. Why does it seem like every time I come here I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to sleep around a bit. I almost forgot. You came back quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. Oh, right, sure. Mr. White of Blue Corp. Where have I heard that name? White. That was his name. My sister told me. White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? Let's do some snooping. Ooh, a wiretap. Yeah. That's interesting. There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this, I know it. Alright, I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake, I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait! I mean, you know what I mean. Oh, bellboy! Still there? Time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. Court is now in session for Ms. Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honour. The defence is ready, Your Honour. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today. He will be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give your court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honour. The defendant, Ms. Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence to support she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honour. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin, then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honour, the prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker, found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand, sir. The court accepts this statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue? Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Ms. Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Starting to get good now, kids. As soon as the phone call came, then I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Ms. Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Ms. Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness that came describing her. Witness saw Ms. Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honour. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Why, just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always sits up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected my witness of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honour. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Let's do some pressing. Who did you say you got a call from? Hey pal, don't play dumb, you know who. Carl was a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across the crime scene. Okay, I pressed, not sure I did much though. Right, please continue. Detective Gumshoe, how long would it say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime? Right, I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So tell us, who the two people you found on the scene were? Yes, sir. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. Very funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair. You two stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point about her. She's pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why is that? What's your reason? Why? We had a witness account describing her. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss Molly isn't suspicious and sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing will count out its advantages. Yes. Ugh. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honour, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honour. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How do you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin the cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honour? Why didn't you testify about that piece of evidence the first time? I know, I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honour, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defence may begin its cross-examination. Oh, this is going to be interesting then. Let's see what we got here then. I don't really know what to press. I'll have to have a think, please. What kind of tests were these again? What kind? Well, I hear they take the little bits in the blood, the goblins, the goblin bobbin. I refuse to testify on this matter, pal. I'm no expert on blood tests. Yes, that was quite clear. You may continue with your testimony. Thanks, pal. I mean, Your Honour, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah. I look forward to your next evaluation. As should you. Oh, that was a mess. Right, where was I? No, the contradiction is blatant. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Maya Fey, wrote this note? That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey? That's really what you're saying. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks, now is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting out your way out of this one, detective. Damn, go Phoenix. Order, order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. No shit, Sherlock. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain the autopsy report? When? I'm pretty sure it was the day of the murder. You're wrong there, pal. We didn't write an autopsy report until the day after. Oh, right. The prosecutor's point being? That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honour. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday, at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object, but there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honour, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say, detective? This isn't going to look good on your evaluation, Desmond. What, but... Oh. Your Honour, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Well, Your Honour, the evidence strongly suggests that it was identified the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness, this poor, innocent girl who saw the murder with her own eyes. Right, the witness is April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of it is innocent? Oh boy. Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service.
Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Oh, yes, Your Honour.
This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Fey & Co. law offices.
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
It was 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, and then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was that mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. And that girl, she called up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy.
Well, Your Honour, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. Well, wait, Your Honour. Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Ms. Maya Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? You're damn right now. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination, if only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. How did you know it was my client?
Well, gee. First of all, she had a girl's physique, and secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her?
She has a point. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless. About this, I mean.
Okay. If you really witnessed my client Maya Fey, you wouldn't have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honour. I saw her, and so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honour. I'll be a good girl. I promise.
Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. And the girl did because ran after her. She hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, that kind of statuary clock, the finger, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you?
From the beginning, please begin the cross-examination.
I did see everything. I did.
Oh, wait, I don't need to keep rereading it. Yeah, there's something bogus there. Only a handful of people know it's actually a clock. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you like that, would you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer.
You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder. Order. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Ooh,
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You'll withdraw your question, Mr. May. But questions are all I have, Your Honour. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Phew, that was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because I heard it. Yes, I heard it say the time.
So you've been to the law offices of Fey & Co?
No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Fey & Co, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. You could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, Your Honour. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... Your Honour, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly? Just take a look, right now. Oh! See anything interesting, Your Honour? It's as the defence says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It's as you can see. The clock was empty. Couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar.
Fat?
Well, Miss May? Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honour. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Was it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves that when the clockwork was removed is... Take a look at this. That's a very crude cell phone.
Ooh, you have a girly phone?
Wait, this isn't my phone. Well, listen, this is the defendant's cell phone and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order. The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. A good detective, I better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I've got to say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. Your Honour, I think this makes it clear the clock was already gone by the time this was recorded, which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain to the court Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot.
So the witness had seen it before, that would make sense. Does the defence have any objections, Mr. Wright? No, it is claimed she has seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness has not seen the clock before. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Possible. Everything is sold in stores.
Well, not this one, Levy. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a pair of excuses. Oh, excuses not on sale today? Savage!
Whoa,
she's gone Dragon Ball Z.
What's it to you, porcupine head? A stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Hey, silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did.
Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know that weapon was a clock? Oh, she's got daggers. Does the defence have an opinion on this behaviour? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honour, allow me to explain how I seek the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because... Miss May had that clock in her very hands. When was this? When she used it to strike the victim. When else? Order, Mr. Wright. What is the meaning of this? April May, you killed Maya Fey, I say. When you struck the force the impact made the finger ring. That's when you heard it. You truly are a work of art, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What's that supposed to mean? It was you who just proved that the finger was empty. Perhaps you explain to the poor misguided Mr. Wright that you were in the hotel at the time of the murder. She can't prove it, she did it. It would be my pleasure. No way.
Yes way, Mr. Lawyer. Did the murder take place at 9 o'clock at night? Gee, that's the exact time we ordered some room service from the hotel bellboy.
Incidentally, the bellboy corroborates the witness's story. Ergo, she was not at the crime scene. Rock solid. Mr. Wright, you've just made a serious accusation against a perfectly innocent woman. Sorry, Your Honour, that didn't go so well. But if that's the case, then how does she know the finger was a clock? Wait! Your Honour, I figured it out. There is one other way April May could have known it was a clock. One way alone, and I have proof. Well, proof, you say? Then the court will examine your proof, Mr. Wright. Have a look at this.
Ooh, that,
I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Maya Fey's phone, were you not?
ooh.
Your Honour, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. Troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defence truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... Yes, we've seen that. There's still one more. Well, there's more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to this conversation, so you knew the thing was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honour, this is ridiculous. Your Honour, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defence demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May. Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like you lawyer? She's to the 180. It's no fair, all of you keep ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Miss May, why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping irrelevant? Oh, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defence's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? At the time of the murder, I was in my hotel room getting room service. How could I have killed her? If you don't believe me, just ask the bellboy. Well, does the defence have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. The defence would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunken quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition: if Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognise that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What shall I do? Alright, I've got nothing to lose except for, well, everything. Understood, I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That she said looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 o'clock in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defence may begin its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready, I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. Precisely 9 o'clock then? Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 o'clock PM. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be bought then. Oh, bellboy, tea. I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9 o'clock, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? You are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I bought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favoured me with an embrasseur, sir. Embrasseur? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanour, sir. It was a moment I shall never, ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Finally you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Wait. Please wait. Yes, does the defense have something to ask? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honour, I must object. The charade of justice has gone long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay, this is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Tell me more about the room service again, sir. At exactly 9 o'clock, I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall. I see. $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive? Yes, well, iced coffee for two, you know. And we don't skimp on the ice, sir. What did he say? What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room? I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you normally supposed to mention. Ah, yes, quite. Indeed, it was the good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... Ooh, Edgeworth. He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Oh, you fool! I've done it, I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then when you bought the room service, you didn't see the man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honour, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been a murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple. It was... the man who checked in with Miss May. Oh, Your Honour, as has previously been revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hit the presence of another man from this court. Upstart amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges defence's argument. I expect the prosecution to look into this matter fully and defence. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honour. That is all for today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned.
Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know. Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too. That face of his with his eyes wide and trembling lips sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. What happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well, no, I don't think so, not yet. Oh, I see. But I've got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? The man with Miss May, he's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that anyway? Heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her child won't work elsewhere. Probably at a detention centre now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. I'm going to find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis, don't worry. Funds by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow, but now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies, but there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. Don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention centre, and it's up to me to set her free.
Ah, welcome, sir. Quite the performance today, if I dare say so myself.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry for putting you on the spot like that. No, not at all, sir. Your efforts today can only help the Gatewaters rep, as they say. Rep? Yes. Our reputation will swell as the whole hotel where the murderer used a wiretap. We can charge a premium for the room, of course, but it will be great for business, sir.
Whoa, Miss May hasn't been charged with murder.
I too will become famous. The bellboy who brought the murder, iced coffee. Why do I feel like we're both stuck in the same bad dream? So, you are our honoured guest. Please let me know if there is anything I can bring you. I think I know exactly what I'm going to present to him.
Take a look at this photo.
That's him, detective. I'm the lawyer. Oh, I know that. I just wanted to say detective once. You know how it is. No, I don't. Without a doubt, that is the man who checked in with Miss April May. How about I write in a feed of it, swearing that that's him? And a feed of it? This guy's way too excited about this. Well, sure, why not? Yes! I've always wanted to write in a feed of it, sir. From henceforth, I will be known as the bellboy who swore the feed of it. Just hurry up and write it. Not even Miss May can play dumb to this. Alright, Miss May, you are going to so squeal. Could you have a look at this? What's that? The bellboy's the feed of it. It tells us everything he saw, such as the man you checked in with. Who was most definitely this guy. Now I'm getting somewhere. This is it, all or nothing. Time to do a little bluff. No use playing dumb, if indeed that's an act. If you don't talk, I'm taking this info to the press. What? Even though he should have been witness to murder, your little friend was missing. I'm sure the press would have a field day with his reputation. Ooh, fine, I'll talk. You win, lawyer. Yes, man, that felt good. It's great to be alive.
Why you put me your fist in the air?
Now tell me about the man you were with.
That man? He's my boss. Red White, the president of the information gathering conglomerate, Blue Corp.
Red White? Information gathering?
Well, I suppose you could call it a detective agency.
So this is the man that was with you the night of the murder?
I'm scared to talk. I don't want to end up like her.
It's okay, I'll just ask Mr. White himself. Can you tell me where Blue Corp is located? Mr. Red White at last. Finally a lead on this guy. If Miss April May couldn't have done it, that leaves him. Time to take action. Oh, it's a rather gaudy place. What's with the surreal decor? Welcome! Please furnish me with the title of your personage. Your name? What's your name? I was just inquirably asking the title that you go by. Wright. Phoenix Wright. Inquirably? Mr. Wright, is it? Right, I see. Splendiferous. Perhaps I have intimidated you with my giantesque vocabulary. What is this guy's problem? I'm Red White, CEO of Blue Corp, you know. Corporate expansion official. My business dealings bring me into contact with the elite of the elite, so I'm afraid I am not used to conversing with the wordily challenged. What a fruitcake. Let me guess. You are an attorney fresh out of law school, are you not? That's the only explanation for why you would come to meet me like this. What does he mean by that? No matter. So what business does a mighty lawyer have with a man such as myself? Yikes, this guy's arrogance meter is off the scale. Miss May is an employee of Blue Corp, is she not? Correct. She is my secretariat. What a shock it was to hear what she has done. What she has done? You mean the wiretap? Indeed. She is paid to answer phones. Tapping them is not in her job description. She does gather information for us as part of her duties, but I assure you we do not condone illegal methods. It is ineffable that she would do this. It sounds like he's trying to turn Miss May into a scapegoat. On the night of the murder, were you in Miss May's hotel room? Who can say? I seldom pay attention to mundane details such as time and place. My motto is, don't worry, be happy. Still, Mr. White, hotel bellboy has stated on the record that he does remember you very clearly. No matter, the bellboy can say what he pleases. I still won't talk to you. If you want me to speak, put me on the witness stand, although I doubt you'd be capable of doing that. He raised a good question, actually. Why didn't the prosecution call him as a witness? He should have seen the same thing as April May. Oh, the police, the courts. To me, they are mere toys, playthings for my amusement. What kind of company is Blue Corp anyway? Excellent question. We buy and sell various kinds of information. We are a company of the future, you might say. We are the future. Sell? Information? In just 10 years, I've built this business up into the grand office you see now. In case you were wondering, Blue Corp was named after the colour blue. I, Red White of Blue Corp, as founder and CEO, named it so. And why not? Because I like blue. Fantabulistic, is it not? I might start using that actually, guys. There's something that's been bothering me. That big painting on the wall over there. You know, I've actually seen that painting before. Oh, just yesterday actually. Your point being, my point is simple. Rather, my question is simple. Why is that painting hanging on your wall? Mr. Rock. Right. It appears you not fully grasp your position here. I ask again, who are you? A lawyer? No, my feeble friend, a mere lawyer. Worth nothing, zilch, zippo, nada. Just like that sorry excuse for an attorney, Grodyberger. What? Oh. Oof. He punched me. Well, Mr. Lawyer, what will you do, eh? Charge me with assault? Charge away. I welcome it. For it is you who will be found guilty. What? Heed my exposition. The police, the courts, they all do my bidding. So you say, but I wonder, is that kind of control really possible? I don't expect you to understand. It is a world beyond your compensation. You came here from Grodyberger's, I presume. Mr. Grossberg's, yes. Then you must ask him, why is it that this painting of his hangs here? Perhaps then he will tell you. Perhaps he will explain how a man can live life purely for personal profit. Go now, skedaddle. There's nothing more to discuss. He is an arsehole of the highest order. I don't think he's supposed to be standing here. Maybe I should clear my phone. Ahem! Jumpy Jehoshaphat! You! What's wrong? You look so pensive like an old man at the end of his days. But I'm not senile yet. I was just thinking about this whole mess. Something's really bothering him. That much is clear. So I paid Blue Corp a visit. Oh, I see. Mr. Grossberg, I have to admit, something has been bothering me. Oh, what is it? Well, out with it, my boy! You see, it's just... Mr. Grossberg, sir, there was a giant painting hanging right there the other day, was there not? The one you said you had no intention of parting with. Well, I saw it today. It was in the CEO's office of Blue Corp, Red White's office. So, you noticed. I suppose I should have guessed you would. It is a large painting. Mr. Grossberg, I know you and Mr. White are connected somehow. Connected, you say? Yes, I know what it is. Mr. White has something on you, doesn't he? Blackmail? I think that painting is fairly gaudy proof. Very well, this may be the chance I've been waiting for. Maybe it's time to get this off my chest so I can finally rest easy again. After all, you were Mia's understudy. Perhaps it was fate. What's he talking about? Red White is a man who makes his living through intimidation. Blue Corp isn't a company that excels in finding people's weaknesses, I'm afraid. I've been paying them now for 15 years. 15 years? All because of the DL6 incident, as you may have guessed. Name on the back of those photographs. Yeah. As you suspected, I could not stand in defense of Maya because of this. White would have destroyed me if I did. So that's the connection. It is hard for me to tell you this, my boy, but arresting Red White would be nigh on impossible. Impossible? Why? He has information on everyone. It gives him an iron grip. He owns judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians. What? They are bound, unable to do harm to themselves, and therefore to him. Don't look at me like that. What you see is nothing more than the weight of many years. But why are you blackmailed over this, Mr. Grossberg? The DL6 incident was top secret at the time. It made sense. The police didn't want people to know they were using a medium. They couldn't let people know. But one person found out. I told him. You told White? He offered me riches. It's an embarrassment to me now. Because I talked, the police were not far and wide. In secret, they began looking for the one who sold them out. Of course, White heard about it and he came to me. Only this time the offer was blackmail. I say. White controls the law of this country as he sees fit. Yet if I were you, if you were still to challenge him, have a close look at Mia's office. Mia's office? She followed his every move for years. She may have recorded something of what she found. What is the DL6 incident? DL6 is nothing more than the sorting code the police gave the case. It was 15 years ago now. I received a request from a medium, a spirit medium. The medium? Her name was Misty Fey. Fey? Indeed, she was Mia's mother's. She had been investigating a murder at the bequest of the police, and she failed. As a result, the police called her a fraud. This is what Maya was talking about the other day. I did all I could for her, and in the end cleared her of wrongdoing. That murder case, however, remains unsolved to this day. That case is the DR6 incident. I asked before, but why did you refuse her request for defence? I think I have a right to know. A right, Mr. Wright. No, I'm sorry, it's just I need more time to think about it, my boy. He does seem troubled about something. I'm starting to have a feeling I know what it is. So you came to see the trial? Yes, I did. Something was bothering me all last night, you see. Couldn't get a wink of sleep. Really? What was that? Well, you see, it's just Mia's sister, that poor girl. My boy, I owe you my thanks, truly. I don't know what I could have done if things had gone poorly for the girl. Right, to the officers. It's funny looking at this room, it seems so normal. Hard to imagine a murder took place here. Mr. Grossberg said there would be clues. Maybe I should have another look. All the cases the chief ever worked on are filed here. In alphabetical order, let's take a look. Let's see, J through to S, if mentioned here. We'll just skim into this. Well, no harm in flipping through a bit, I guess. Biggest parts here at the end in S, suicide. Ooh, she has a collection of suicide reports. Politicians, policemen. There's writing on most of these in pencil. White. This is Mia's handwriting. Wait, I get it. Mia thought he was involved in these suicides. White drove them all to... I can use these newspaper clippings. Let's find the most disturbing one. Oh yeah, we're in business, baby. Let's just check the other ones as well. Yeah. T-U, I know, W, white. The entire W section is missing. Is it taken? I'm going to check A to I. Let's see if there's any record in this one. It's my I. Pun! A, B, F, Misty Fey. That's Mia and Maya's mother. Should I take a look? Yeah. I've tarnished the Fey name, leaving only these words. My mother vanished. I was determined to find the ones who made my mother blame herself in this way, using the power that runs in my family. I held an audience with the dad. Finally, the names of two men surfaced. One was Marvin Grossberg, a lawyer who sold my mother's information for riches. The other was the man who sold that information to the press. This parasite who makes his fortune on threats and coercion. His name is... The record stops there. Mia knew Grossberg. Well, aren't you persistent? First, I have to ask you, Mr. Lawyer, I really hate having to repeat myself, but it seems the message has not yet penetrated your thick skull. Stop bothering me. If you try my patience further, I fear a nasty accident may occur. Do I make myself clear? Transparent. This is the only clue. Mr. White, see this? It's an article describing the suicide of a politician. He was embezzling secret government funds, and one day, word got leaked to the press. The very next day, he took his own life. And this concerns me how? I found this article in Mia's office. Miss Mia? She had a file filled with articles like this. Every one of them was labelled with a single word. White. Mr. White, I know what you did to this politician. You were blackmailing him. Blackmail? Not just him either. You were threatening and coercing hundreds of others. You were involved in all the suicide cases that Mia investigated. This company is built on blackmail. I'm right, aren't I? What a bizarre accusation! Mr. Wrong, what is it that you should be doing right now? Investigating me? No, I think not. You should be searching for the one who killed Miss Mia. Secretary's office. Hello? Mr. Wrong will be leaving now. Yes, sir. I'll send someone right away. Wait a second, Mr. White. You're wrong, Mr. White. Excuse me? What I should be doing now is going after you. Just what you insinuating. Miss Mia was onto you. She was keeping tabs. For this reason, you had April May tapping her phone. Then Mia was murdered, and all the documents about you mysteriously disappeared. So the culprit would be... Even a child could work it out, Mr. White. You did it. Secretary's office. We won't be needing an escort for Mr. Wrong. Instead, please connect me to the public prosecutor's office. Of course, sir. One moment, please. White, that you? What are you doing calling me at a time like this? Hello, Chief Prosecutor. I've changed my mind. I want to testify tomorrow. What's this about? The Maya Fey case? I witnessed the murder, you see, and thus, as a very important witness, I'd like to testify. What? Why now? I thought you just said you didn't want to go to court. Quiet you. I told you I'd changed my mind, didn't I? Oh, and one other thing. Send the police over here, right away. The man is standing right in front of me. He looks dazed, but could be violent. What? What man? You even listening? The executioner, the hatchet man, the liquidator, the killer man. What? Mr. White. Isn't it another one of those? Chief Prosecutor? I do not believe you're in a position to freely offer your opinions to me. Correct? I'm telling you to send the police now. Did I not tell you, Mr. Wrong? You are a mere lawyer, as was Miss Mia. How dare you? I'll point the finger at you, and you'll be tried as Miss Mia's killer. The case is as good as settled. No lawyer of any worth will defend you. I have friends in the local lawyers association, you see. You'll be given a lawyer so stupendously inept that they make even you look competent. I feel faint. Detective Gumshoe reporting, sir. Ah, Butts. Harry Butts. Right, actually, Phoenix, right, and my friend's name is Larry. Oh, right, sorry, pal. Butts was that murderer, right? Detective Gumshoe. I present to you the man who killed Miss Maya Fey. What? Take this despicable human being into custody. Farewell, Mr. Wrong. I can't believe it's only been a day since the first trial. My trial begins tomorrow. White's going to set a trap for me, and the prosecution will be in on it, of course, Edgeworth included. An attorney was assigned to me by the state yesterday. I refused. I had no idea. Right. Mr. Wright. Oh, Maya. Great that you're out of detention. Just now, yes. All thanks to you. And I'm afraid we switched places. What? You mean you? Let's explain what happened to Maya. I don't believe it. How many people does that man need to destroy before he's satisfied? My mother, my sister, and now you. This has gone too far. Mr. Wright, please tell me, is there anything I can do? Well... Alright, you can be my defence lawyer tomorrow. Alright, huh? Leave it to me. I am Mia's sister after all. Worship runs in our blood. Was it ghost powers that run in your blood? I better run to the bookstore and pick up a copy of Law for Rookies. Wait. What? I'm kidding, it was a joke. No way. No, really, I was kidding, but thanks, it's good to know you're on my side. And there really isn't anything you can do for me anyway. But I can't just sit here and do nothing. I've got to give that man a piece of my mind. Just a piece. Okay then, come to the trial tomorrow. Okay, I'll be there. I'll show him a thing or two. Times may change, yet with crime it's the same old story. In fact, it's gotten worse. Lengthy court proceedings are no longer realistic. Beginning a few years ago, a limit of 3 days was put on initial court trials. Almost all finished in a day. Most of a guilty verdict. Never thought I'd end up in the defendant's chair myself for this case. With the true culprit appearing as a star witness, this is it. Tomorrow it's me or him. Well, I guess this is it. Yeah, one way or another, this case gets decided today. Phoenix, look! Prosecutor Edgeworth. I received a call from the Chief Prosecutor's office yesterday. I was told that whatever Mr. White says today, it will be the absolute truth, no matter how you try to attack his testimony. If I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. Does White have the judge in his pocket too? So you're saying I'm going to be guilty? End of story? I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. Why? Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty, so I make that my policy. Edgeworth, you've changed. Phoenix, you know him? Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix, right? Phoenix? Well, court will be starting soon. What? But wait! Your defence attorney isn't even here yet. They're not... I'll be defending myself. What? Okay, let's do this. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. The prosecution is ready, Your Honour. The defence is ready, Your Honour. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to this, doing this? Yes, Your Honour. I'll be defending myself. Understood. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. As the details of the event are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of a witness to the defendant's crime. I see. The prosecution may call its witness. That went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why. If anyone's going to be raising an objection about this, I suppose it's me. Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against Ms. Maya Fey? I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at the time I thought that Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court. Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanour. Great, he gets to show off and I get nowhere. I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. Please state your full name. You wish to know the title of my personage? Your name. Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locutions confuse? Name. These two are great together. My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nino. I am the CEO, or to use a more common term, the president of Blue Corp. Did you know the victim, Miss Maya Fey? That would be a negatory. No, I did not. You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder. Correct. And you witnessed the murder from there? Why do I tell you what you already know? Very well, Mr. White. You may begin your testimony. If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. Why do I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing? Ho ho ho! I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. Let him have it, Phoenix. Let's see, it was about 9 o'clock, I believe. I was quietly perusifying, that's reading to you, some papers by the window. Then I heard bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She too was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impactation. It was all over. If things occurred as you say, testify, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination? Yes, Your Honour. Oh, we got this, guy. Trust me. I've noticed something already, Poppets. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course. Comprende. I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave chase, struck her down. You sure? As you know, I'm always absolutely perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail. Got your Poppet. Wait right there. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. What is this? You said the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated the victim ran right. Oh, it is simple. You have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here, and the victim here. If the victim ran to the left as you claim she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? Very strange. I did see her run to the left. I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. True. Maybe he really did see the victim run left. So he did witness the killing. Wait a second. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honour? Miss May says right. Miss May says right and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? Both witnesses are telling the truth, for once. Ha! I doubt it. Rather, that does not clear up the contradiction. There's one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. What? Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Yes, what do you mean? He was not viewing the crime from the hotel. If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Fey & Co, of course. More specifically, he was standing here. Right, let's show the court where White was standing. This is where he was. Look, when the victim ran for the door, he was watching from this point. To him, it would appear that she ran to the left. Please, this is no time for jokes in ill taste. This is where the killer was standing. Order! I will have order! Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt! Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion! The postulations of this defence are a distortion of the truth, Your Honour. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. Ho ho ho. You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing? The hilarity at the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this, I apologise. Mr. Your Honour, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well, let's hear your revised testimony. Good luck, you can't fix broken testimony, buddy. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, and then you hit her savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right, chased her, and delivered the final blow. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? That does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness's testimony? You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honour. I've noticed something.
Objection!
Mr. White, the victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you're absolutely perfect? I will refrain from using this phrase from now on. Your Honour, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honour. I would like to request a 10-minute break. Yes, quite. The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request that there be no break, Your Honour. Yeah, we want justice. Don't let him get away. Very well. If the witness would care to revise his testimony, the crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this one now, White. Mr. White? Okay. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then the next moment I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer, you, attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran for the door. Then you did her in with a single blow. Thwap! Thwap indeed. Well, you may begin the cross-examination. Mr. Your Honour, my stomach, you see, it is hurting. Deal with it. Brilliant. This is almost over. You heard that thing fall? What exactly was that thing? Huh? Oh, that, the glass light stand. Right, the one that had fallen over at the scene. Phoenix, doesn't something about that strike you as odd? Yeah, that is odd. I'll press further. Mr. White? Huh? What? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes. Then change your testimony to reflect that. Sorry, my bad. The witness will revise his testimony. Okay, of course. The light stand was lying on the floor when I looked. Mr. White, it was impossible for you to have seen the light stand. What? The stand broke into pieces when it fell. Just by seeing the broken pieces, you would have no idea it was a light stand. So tell me exactly when was it you saw the stand? Answer the question. Isn't it obvious? I saw the stand before it fell over. So you saw the stand before the victim was attacked then? Correct, that would be no problemo, right? No problemo or big problemo? Definitely a big problemo. There's a big problem here. What problem is this? Mr. White, let me make sure I have this straight. You saw the glass light stand through the window from the hotel before the incident occurred. Correct? That is so. It's conclusive, definitive, undeniable, unimpeachable. No, it's impossible. You couldn't have seen the stunt. What? Why couldn't he? You have proof? I sure do, Your Honour. The person in the hotel could not have seen the stunt before it fell over. Look at this. These are the floor plans to the scene of the murder, yes? Correct, Your Honour. Now look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you'll be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White, what do you have to say to that? Ridiculosity, Mr. White. If you were in the Gatewater Hotel as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognised the broken shards as a glass light stand. So when did you see the stand, Mr. White? It must have been the moment that it fell, and the only place you could have seen that from is inside the Fey law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Ah! He's having a breakdown. Mr. White? Mr. White? You did it, didn't you? Mr. Your Honour. I Miss Mia. Ha, looks like we're about to get our verdict. That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. What? I forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. White, I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now? What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. The wiretap? Order, Mr. Edgeworth. Explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Corp. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Fey. What does that have to do, Your Honour? The question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office, and by who? No, you wouldn't, Mr. White. In order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fey's office. Am I correct? Correct? You are most correct, Miles. Give me a break. Yes, in order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fey & Co. law offices. That is when I saw that accursed light stand. Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what all this means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honour. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand, at the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. Wright, would you like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer? I see. However, it is a fact that Mr. White had been to the office well before the murder took place. When he went to place the wiretap, he could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed for the basest conjecture it is. Mr. White, you will testify to the court about this wiretapping. Leave it to me. I feel faint. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. I had entered the Fey & Co. law offices. Of course I had done so to place the wiretap. That is when I saw this glass light stand. So you saw the stand before the night of the incident, and this is how you were able to identify what had fallen over, by the sound? Correct, that is right. I see, very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine. What am I supposed to do now? Good luck, Phoenix. Let's press and press some more. Do you have proof? Miss April May knew the details of Miss Fey's phone conversation. This proves that the wiretap was placed before the murder. Oh, right. Unidentified fingerprints several days old were found in the Fey & Co. law offices. Those were obviously Mr. White's. If I know Edgeworth, he's already run a check on those prints. Now, Mr. White, tell us why you went to the Fey & Co. law offices. Why did you tap me his phone? This has no bearing on the current case, Your Honour. Blue Corpus Detective Agency of sorts. We have a responsibility to protect client confidentiality. That is when I saw this last night, right. Why did you notice something as innocuous as a light stand? The light stand was made entirely out of glass. Quite stylish, so I guess it made a lasting impression on me. Such a beauticious thing deserves attention, does it not? That's all. This is interesting, this. I'll have to have a think. I'm afraid that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. The time has come for you to admit your defeat. You fought honourably. No more. I can't take this anymore. Mr. Wright, are you giving up? Yes, Your Honour. Phoenix! Phoenix, over here! I know that voice. Mia? Never give up, Phoenix. Mia? Where am I? It's waiting lobby? What happened? Oh, right, I lost the trial. I was hallucinating. Ah, you're finally awake. Hey, Phoenix. There's no way to greet an old friend. Phoenix, I want you to look at me. You're Maya? Do you know the Fey women have strong psychic powers? When you accept your defeat in court, it appears that was enough of a shot to awaken Maya's true powers. So Maya is channeling you, Mia. That's right, I am Maya, but I'm also Mia. Now I want you to listen to me, Phoenix. Maya never gave up, you can't either. That's why I came here to tell you. But we don't have much time, Phoenix. Now listen. You've already won. Huh? You have that receipt in the court record, right? Oh yeah. The one you wrote Maya on. Phoenix. White wrote that, not me. So what do I do with it? Look at the front of the receipt. The front? It's a regular receipt. Looks like it's from a famous department store. $1,000 for how big spender. Item glass light stand. Date of purchase, September 4th. September 4th? That's right, Phoenix. I bought that stand the day before I was killed. Whoa. Now what did Mr. White say in his testimony? It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. He said he saw the stand the week before the murder. There you go. I think the court is about to reconvene. Go do it, Phoenix. You know you're innocent. Now you just have to prove it. Right. Oh, it's getting twisty now. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. Is the defendant rather, are you alright, Mr. Wright? Yes, sorry, Your Honour. I'm fine now. Then let's start where we left off. Your Honour, there is nothing to go back to. The cross-examination of Mr. White is finished. All that is required now is for you to pass judgment on the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Your Honour, please give me one more chance. I promise you this is the last time I'll ask you. But as Mr. Edgeworth has noted, the trial is more or less finished. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any of your own opinion on this matter? I say, let us give Mr. Phoenix Wright his last chance. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. We got him now. You ready for this, Red White? Look closely at this. See the word Maya written in blood? Haha, you're grasping. I think not. Look at the other side of the receipt. The other side? Your Honour? Would you tell the court what was written on the other side of the receipt? Wow, a glass light stand. And the date of purchase? Why, that's the day before the murder. Yeah, in your faces. Mr. White, when you allegedly entered Fey and Call offices at the beginning of September, the stand could not have been there. What? He's going mad. Well, Mr. White, can't get out of this one, can you? No, it's impossible. Uh-oh, he's losing it. Well, Your Honour, I understand there must be quite a bit of pressure on you. But I think you'll agree you can't judge me guilty under these circumstances. Very well. Then that is all for the trial of... Not so fast, Phoenix Wright. Eh? What? No way can he worm his way out of this one. Oh wait, I forgot. It's Edgeworth. There is a certain thread of logic to the defendant's claims. However, there is no concrete proof that Phoenix Wright is innocent. Ergo, I would like to request one more day before Phoenix Wright is granted his freedom. I need time to make one more inquiry into this matter. Another inquiry? Isn't going to be another one of those updated autopsy reports. This guy just makes evidence up as he pleases. This is bad. Mr. White's guilt is obvious. There's no need to prolong this trial any further. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? If anyone is going to call Mr. White's trial, it would be me, the prosecution. I need a day to ascertain whether these new claims have any basis in factual evidence. I see. Objection denied. What? The completion of the trial at Mr. Phoenix Wright will be postponed until tomorrow. No, there's no telling what will happen if I can't end this now. Edgeworth is sure to come up with, or just make up something. And after Mia showed up to help me in all. Mr. Your Honour, may I go home? Of course. Thank you for your time. Yeah, the witness will stay. Mia? Phoenix, read this note out loud. Mia, what's this? Your Honour, if I may, you're quite persistent to take Mr. Wright. You bet I am. My life is riding on this one. I have something I'd like to read to the court. The memo Mia had given me was a list of names. Many of them sounded strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities. That's when it happened. Stop! Desist! Halt! Please stop! Make him stop! How did you get that list? Mr. White, admit your guilt. Right here, right now, or else this list will be released to the press. Ugh. I confess. I did it. I hit her. I hit Miss Mia with the finger. Case closed, Your Honour. Mr. Wright, yes, Your Honour. You've done it again. That was quite a spirited defence. I guess you could say that you knew how spirited it was. Well, this court finds the defence, or rather defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. That is all. This court is adjourned. Well, I never thought I'd be saying this again, but congratulations. You're lucky I was born a Fey. You're lucky I had both you and Maya on my side. I'm glad you made it. Thank you, Phoenix. You risked a lot to help me and Maya. I won't forget it as long as I live. As long as you live. My time here is running out, huh? Maya's powers are still weak. I can't stay here that long. What? No, there's still so much to say. Don't worry, I'm sure we'll meet again. Chief! I'm not the chief anymore. Phoenix, can you come to the office tonight, say 9 o'clock? The office? I'll see you later. Chief, Mia? Okay, this is interesting. Being here is hard not to think about that night. You came, Mia? I was kind of worried you might not, huh? Of course I came. Well then, I'm pretty hungry. How about a burger? Mia? You should see your face, Mia. What are you talking about? It's me, Maya. Oh, Maya. What, did I look like my sister? Look like you were her. I might be able to use that. Oh, Phoenix, go to the store and buy me lunch, would you? Maya, why are you here? Because of this, see? Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Phoenix for me. Take care of her? She means the office. This office. Someone has to help with the new Wright and Co. offices, right? And who better but me? Maya Fey, reporting for duty. Wait, no, on second thought, let's make this casual. Yo, Nick. Maya here, ready to get down to business. You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you? It's a great name. Mia said that's what your friend Larry calls you. Nick. You know what this means? Partners. You know, when I think about it, it's Maya's fault I'm here now. But if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in jail. Wright and Co. offices. It's got a good ring to it. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Good luck, Phoenix. I'll always be here, watching. Right, okay, Nick, let's do it. Huh? Do what? Burgers, dummy. Burgers. There's a great burger joint just down the street. Come on, time's a wasting. Okay, wait up.